From the United States of Texas, welcome to another edition of Rev Nation. We may not be as fun as bubble gum in your hair, but we do come with a money-back guarantee. We are glad you decided to spend your Friday evening with Rev Nation as we grease the squeaky wheel of socialism with liberal tears and take over the planet one radio wave at a time. As always, we'd like to thank the mothership VRS, the Vet Radio Syndicate, for allowing us to have this platform. And please join the millions that have looked, liked, loved, and shared the page. Please check out the cool swag, the Hero Program, brought to you by the HMFIC George Pardos and all the great shows that make up this great station. Please always remember that we are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That being said, we just mentioned God more times than Biden did the National Prayer Declaration. As always, I'm joined by Shannon Nacho Libro Book. He'll be here shortly. The most American woman alive, Amanda Allen. And joining us again tonight, because he didn't learn any better the first go-around, is Jared Bonvell. Okay, boys and girls, please keep your hands and feet inside the right at all times. And here we go. Guys and gals, how the hell are you tonight?
I am good. I'm getting ready to do this summit. I have to speak at a summit, mental health summit here this weekend.
If that's not the blind leading the blind.
Who told y'all? Who told you guys to ask me to do this? All right. Well, hey, I agreed. They asked.
There you go.
They must want some real talk.
It's the same people that I did that interview with not too long ago. The Crisis in America PTSD podcast. Yeah, it's those people. Really, really awesome people. They're going to help me out with a couple things with Bud and his VA benefits and all that stuff. So.
Oh, okay. I did not know Bud was in the military. Okay, cool.
He was in the Navy long ago.
I have, along with who?
The Navy long ago.
Oh, I thought you said along with y'all. I'm like, wow.
No.
Oh, God. Shannon Book will be joining us here shortly. He's being fashionably late. Real quick, Jared, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Glad to be here again.
Good. Yeah, we brought that up in the intro about Biden and the National Prayer Declaration. I know he's old and senile, but you think when you're doing the National Prayer Declaration, you could actually use the word, I don't know, God.
God.
And he said the remarkable religious vitality and diversity, and noted the power of prayer to hope and give hope and uplift us for the work ahead. He even mentioned the late Congressman John Lewis, but failed to mention God or any other deity for whatever deity he has besides himself.
He doesn't even know where he's at.
Oh my God. Okay, well, by contrast, Donald Trump, he when he was president, National Prayer Proclamation, the last year that he did it, that's actually last year, he mentioned God 8 times, and Trump is always, to me, he's always been a very religious man. You know, he just is, and he never fails to mention or forgets to mention God or anything like that. He said it 8 times. And 3 more mentions taken from quotes. President, I'm not going to say that. Barack Obama found space to mention God twice in his last declaration, and Bush mentioned him 4 times in his last proclamation. It's just I can't even. I don't even know what to say to my face anymore about what's going on in Washington. It's just unreal. And we're going to get into a lot tonight. It's just
it's sad.
It is. It's beyond sad. And you know, we're on the Veteran Radio Syndicate, and everybody on here a veteran in one way, shape, form, or fashion. And to just see the very things that we swore an oath to defend it's just eroding underneath our very feet.
Well, you see, we have had so many experiences where we actually see it firsthand in all these foreign countries. People around here, they've been spoiled. And as soon as they've been taking God out of everything, what happens? When you try to make something,
God.
when you try to whitewash everything to include make everybody want to feel included.
Easy now with that white stuff.
Oh, it's a paint. It's a paint. Well, paint with a broad brush. Everything we say is going to be questioned.
Now,
but take a step back and just be like, man, why can't we get along?
Yeah,
somebody doesn't want us to get along. And who is that?
And I'm past the point of arguing with people about God. It is what it is, and when you die, you go where you go. I know where I'm headed. It's just,
I know where I'm going.
That whole conversation is just done with me. But
I gotta be honest, I didn't even watch it.
I'm kind of a news junkie, so
I am too. I didn't even watch it. I didn't even know it was National Prayer Day, and I feel like an asshole about that.
Well, let's talk about a little history with separation of church and state. That's where all this started. Yeah. Where the government, we have this law where it says separation of church and state. The government does not endorse a singular religion, but society and political motives have created it to, okay, we can't even talk about that anymore. If you bring it up, you are now the evil one.
Extremist.
Yeah, and which is completely incorrect. I mean, our entire country was founded on Christian principles.
Right?
Yeah,
but even if you take the Christian principles out of it, how about we just be good damn people?
Just be a good damn person.
Well, that's
what I tell people. Just go out and be a good freaking person. I don't care who you believe in. I don't care who you want to be with. I was about to, I had to censor myself because
was it the Fulkersons?
I get a little riled up sometimes.
Was it the Fulkersons?
The Fulkersons, y'all. All right, so you're gonna hear them say Fulkersons. I got to tell you where this came from. So I got a new phone. I got a new phone because all of my flooring around here is straight up concrete. So nothing survives. You don't survive. Not a damn thing survives. So I had to get a new phone, and so I had to retrain autocorrect. And so every time I try to say mother, it corrects itself.
How does it get Fulkerson out of that?
I have no idea. I don't talk about anybody named Fulkerson. But you know what? I'm going to embrace it because I think that it's freaking hilarious. Fulkerson. The F word is now going to be completely appropriate in every single conversation.
That must be the Facebook police coming after you, Amanda. I don't know. Hey, Dean is in the house. Our listeners are coming by and they say, sorry I'm late. I was busy making sure me and the dog won't get fleas. He'll probably get them from you, Dean, while you're bullshitting. But Dean, I cannot wait for you to get your package. Oh my God. I hope your neighbors don't see it before you do. And Dan Ball, if you're listening, the same goes for you, brother.
What? You getting stuff too? I didn't get anything.
Oh, you didn't win trivia. There you go. Yours is sitting here at the house, and it'll be in Galveston waiting on you. How about that?
Well, I'm not going to Galveston, y'all.
What? No. Yeah, just to let everybody know, TTR-REV Nation, we're going to be in Galveston June the 12th, I believe it is. It's a Saturday, the 11th or 12th. We're going to be up there for the Irreverent Warriors hike. And
I don't 1,000% know if I'm going to be there.
There you go.
I forgot that it was in June.
But yeah, we're going to be there. We're going to peddle our wares, and a large portion of the proceeds that we get are going to go to Vow 22. David has got an awesome group going there, and can't think of a better organization to donate to. Real quick, thoughts and prayers out to our brothers and sisters in Israel. I've got a really good friend of mine over there. Amanda's got family over there. Rabbi sent me some lovingly called Rabbi. He is far from a rabbi, but he sent me some footage off his front porch. And Robert he's retired IDF, and he's not listening right now because he just started Shabbat a couple hours ago, so he listens to it afterwards. So anyways, he sent me some footage off his front porch, and he and his wife, if you don't know them, they're like Archie and Edith. I swear to God they are. They're just so he's outside filming this, and she's yelling at him in Hebrew, and he's yelling back at her, and he just drops. He's like, Stella, damn it, I'm okay. But anyway, thoughts and prayers out there, and
For sure.
it's I would like to touch on that too. I don't know if anybody has noticed just the complete spiral that our country has gone into, not only domestically but across the world. You know, it's we look at everything going on now, and I hate to say this, but the mass pew pew, I guess we can say it, the shootings going on across the nation, they have just skyrocketed. Our international, everything going on in Israel is just incredible. None of this was going on 4 years ago, and it is now. We have just absolute chaos in the Middle East. We have absolute chaos here in stateside, and it's hard to get on here for 2 hours and incorporate everything that's going on. So guys, if there's something y'all want to talk to, guests, if there's something y'all want to talk about, please let us know. We pick out different things here to there throughout the week, and Israel is one of the things. I just want to say thoughts and prayers out to you, Rabbi. I know you're going to listen later on, and Amanda, your family as well. This is just. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at these are pages, and yes, Dean. Oh, and Dean, I am killing trees. But these are pages of the airstrikes that have gone on. And I'm glad our oldest daughter's out of there. She was there for a while, and I'm glad she is not there anymore. But it's just the chaos that's going on. It's incredible. It is incredible, and it's not just here. It's worldwide. Shannon, how you doing tonight, brother?
Good, man. Sorry, I'm doing all right. I'm sorry. I was a little late.
Fashionably late.
Oh yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm doing all right. I just, I've had some pretty rough therapy sessions here and there, but all is good.
Good.
Therapy is important.
Yes, it is.
So
most important.
What did I miss?
We were talking about what's going on pretty much in the world. What's going on? I talked to Rabbi the other day, and
that's what we talk about every Friday. But what specifically we talk about?
Israel right now with what's going on in Israel. Trump had moved the capital, their embassy, to Jerusalem, and if I don't know if anyone, a lot of people don't pay attention to that, but obviously we do. The stability that we had in the Middle East. And now it's just within 4 months, not just stateside, but worldwide, and especially the Middle East, has gone to crap.
Yeah, so much for that Abraham Accord, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
it's interesting when you give Iran money, what happens, huh?
What's really funny?
Right?
What's really funny is that people unless you've been in that culture, submersed in that culture,
can't even comprehend it.
Right. Well, people over here, first of all, everybody here in America thinks they understand foreign politics.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody here in America, but the reality is, and the sad part is that people here in America can't even understand the politics in the grocery store.
Exactly.
So everybody's a foreign policy, prime minister here in America, in rural Indiana or freaking Chicago or freaking New York. And most people have never been outside of their own home state, unless they're on vacation and then they're going to a 4-star, 3-4-star resort somewhere, in a nice, safe place that's really pretty. Nobody ever likes to go visit freaking what the Jesus Christ.
I've got a timeshare.
Where's your timeshare?
Kandahar.
Awesome. You know where my timeshare is? I'll tell you where mine is. My timeshare is right off the Tigris in Al Anbar. It's it's right outside of Najaf and Mombadilla. So
there's a little village right outside of Balad called Abu Ghrair.
I've never been there. I've never been there.
It was cool though, man.
Pretty sure there's a prison right in the middle of it. I might have seen that one or 6 times. Yeah. So, but the reality is that people watch a freaking TV show and they think they understand about politics, foreign politics. And the reality is that first and foremost, I can't. We have people who are in charge of things who don't even understand what they're in charge of.
No way.
Like, I don't know, and I don't mean to shift gears, but just to kind of throw something out there, like, did you guys see the latest freaking CIA recruitment video?
No, I can only imagine.
What kind of non-binary blah 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 blah?
Well, you missed a blah.
Blah.
Okay, thank you. That's an important one.
I'm a non-binary something Wonder Woman with, post-traumatic stress disorder, blah blah, and I didn't just show up here at the CIA. I earned my way and blah. Like, hey man, you understand? You work for the CIA, and like you're telling everybody how freaking weak we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, right? Julie, all the way from Australia. Thank you for joining.
That's a good thing you bring up.
Hi, Australia.
Weakness. That's what countries understand. Power
right.
Countries are not taking us seriously.
Right. Individuals. Absolutely. That's why we always had to show how powerful we were. That's how you maintain dominance.
And that's
what happened in World War I that set the stage for both world wars. You guys know what happened navally? That happened that in the Navy. That happened.
The Navy's quite busy right now these days.
So there was this thing called the Great White Fleet, and what they did is they took the Marines and all the sailors and they took every battleship and they painted it white. They painted each one of them white, and they floated them to every pier on the planet as a show of force. Not they weren't painted haze gray. They were painted white. Hey, we just came in and check in just so you know we're here. This is our warship. This is our warship. Just so you know, it fires small Volkswagens.
Yeah, we keeping this clean. So
that's what happened. And we take that and we catalog it and we go all the way back. Let's go back to the Roman days. Let's just go back to England. Like England probably at one point was not a very large country. Like England became bigger over the serfdom years because it kept taking over places and people became indoctrinated and they became so England is the same thing. Like you just kind of like, hey, we're gonna take this. You're either gonna follow us or you're gonna die.
Yeah,
it's always been a show of force. Anyway. Rome was always a powerful thing. The Greeks were never really powerful. They were always the ones doing the weird shit in the bedroom, whatever.
With the oracles, and I'm going to consult an oracle later on. Yeah.
Is that what they call it? Is that what they call it nowadays? I thought they just called them. I thought they called them vibrators, oracles, vibrators.
ARG John made a comment. Maybe the CIA is being the CIA, but doing a rope a dope. That's interesting because I can see them doing that. The problem
I can too, but
the problem with it lies on what it's going to cause other people to do.
Right, that's exactly right. So the rope a dope.
If somebody perceives you as weak, they're going to come after you even harder.
And right. We're 24 minutes into it. So and I want to get into that hard and heavy with what Amanda told or was talking about during the week with Bishop and the DOD and the service and everything. I want to get in it hard and heavy for an entire hour because I've killed about 15 trees on that whole subject, and it is just incredible. But you're right. We are showing weakness. We have shown the world that we're weak. And I don't know about the rope-a-dope thing. I have to disagree.
Let's just say rope-a-dope aside. Let's say it is a rope-a-dope, right? So what happens is you set up a rope-a-dope. Like a rope-a-dope is like when you're already on the wire. Like you're already up in the freaking corner, and you're like, man, you're taking shots, and you finally bounce back, and you use that as your momentum, right? So, but the rope-a-dope thing is awesome when you're already in a battle. Like it works in a battle.
Individual items.
If you're in an individual conflict, if you're not in conflict, what a rope-a-dope does is it makes you look incompetent.
Yep.
And worthless. So
pretty much where we're at, brother.
I don't even words and shit.
Yeah. It's just
idiots out at the win, but let's be honest, the CIA at least publicly known for misjudging silly things like the Berlin War.
This is not a knife, this is a tool.
He corrected himself to wall, but I didn't. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Okay.
It's and John, it's and I love Minnie to death. I'm sorry. I just respectfully agree to disagree on this. And I think it's just the culture of our nation right now. And it's let's pay for your college. You can be one of the 64 genders out there. You can be this, you can be that, you can be whatever you want to be. It's like that guy we talked about a couple of weeks ago about, honest to God, he's got followers, and I don't know if it's a joke or not. I really hope it is, but I doubt it is he identifies as a deer. He honestly yes, he identifies as a deer.
I'm sorry, who are we talking about again?
Okay, it's one of these freaking millennials. So he identifies as a deer. So I put his picture up here on the show. It's been more weeks ago. It's been months ago. And so I told him I put his name up there and I said, I identify as a hunter. So there you go. But
you got horns?
Oh yeah, dude, he body paint.
Antlers.
Dude, I can't wait till deer season comes in.
What antlers and everything. It's
do we need do we have to draw like an area tag or something to be able to hunt that dude? Or
I'm not sure, but
is it like an elk hunt, like a lottery? Yeah, like Amanda says. Because if it is, like, I'm putting my name in that shit because I'm all about it.
But my whole point is we got way off track like we usually do, and I don't want to derail, but my whole point to that is and that's going to get into the next subject too, is what we're teaching our children growing up, that it's okay to be whatever the hell you want to be. You can't be a man, or you can be something other than a man or woman. And I'm waiting for the day like when we go to a nightclub and there are 64 different bathrooms there, and I can just identify as whatever I want and not have to.
No. There's going to be 3 bathrooms, and everybody's going to use the same ones. It doesn't matter. Like, that's the reality. It's already here. Like, what you don't understand is already here. It's already here. It's like putting up it's like putting up a no soliciting sign on your front door, and what happens?
Oh yeah.
Hey, sir, we're here to tell you about we're here to tell you about the watchtower. Blah, blah, blah,
well,
blah.
and since I answered the door in my underwear and I had Iron Maiden 666 Number of the Beast playing in the background, they have not bothered me. I promise you. I'm a shift worker, so and I had a big ass sign on the door that says, "Do not knock or ring doorbell, day sleeper." I might as well said, "Please wake me the hell up and make Todd be an asshole." So
the reality is that and you know what, you're right, Todd. Like it is. I think it's a current atmospheric issue.
No doubt.
And it's not just this country; it's globally. Because I think, and
it's not something that happened overnight, guys. It is not. This
has been going on since this started. This started with Obama, his first tour. His first term.
Okay, the comments are starting to roll in, so I want to touch on this real quick. Pterodactyl, it's about Tuesday when Maricopa supervisors. Yes, that's going to be incredible, and we will definitely talk about that in depth next week.
That's going to get up under the freaking rug too.
But I don't know. I don't know, because they're talking about indictments and everything else.
That's great. They've been talking about indictments for the last 5 years.
I understand it, but now they have proof. And okay, so the voting machines. Wait a minute, hold on. I see the face there. Hold on. The voting machines, the records they're supposed to keep for 2 years after the election. The records were wiped clean after weeks.
You're shocked. Like you act like you're shocked.
It's
like there's been compiled evidence since the first moment of the election took place.
I understand that, but now, okay. So what everybody seems to be
doesn't matter. It goes in the court system.
Okay. Now, what they did, the big difference, what's going on now, and what happened before is it was a recount. This is a forensic audit. Big difference. Huge difference.
Okay. Yes. Maybe. Hopefully. Let's say hopefully. Let's say that you're right. Let's say that forensic inquiry. Let's say that forensic inquiry is an accurate statement. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what I've been noticing. And maybe it's just me, because maybe I'm just crazy. I might be crazy. I'm pretty sure I'm crazy. My doctor said I was crazy today. But what I've noticed, what I've become to notice, is that there are so many plays on words today. Like, it doesn't matter what you call it. It's always the same bullshit. Like, you're going to call it a forensic audit. That's awesome. So what are you going to do? What's going to happen in the forensic audit? Well, we're going to count the ballots again.
No, that's not what that is. This is not a recount.
Hold on. Listen. I understand what you're saying. You're not hearing me out. I understand what you're saying. I know it's not a recount. I get it. The freaking last time, the first 2 times wasn't really a recount. Like, there was all kinds. You can't tell me that there's freaking video of people pulling boxes of freaking what? Like, come on. What I'm trying to express is, evidence or not, forensic audit or not. First of all, primarily, the freaking court is stacked already.
Sure is.
It's already stacked. They didn't. We're not going to start court. Guess what happened? Court got stacked. They own the whole government right now. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. But
so while I understand, and here's what I will say, and I don't necessarily know that I want to talk about it too much out loud, is that there are people in certain places, like Dan Ball said last time, there are people in certain places that are trying to actually quietly fight back.
Yes.
Gain some traction. The reality is, let's look at every freaking person. There is no traction for anybody that's a conservative or a libertarian. There is no traction. Am I wrong in saying that?
No. I'm trying to figure out. Robert is a traitor. Not sure.
Robert.
Michelle, tell us what Robert? What Robert are you talking about?
She's talking about Chief Justice.
Probably.
Okay. Oh, Roberts. Okay, my blind ass. I didn't
Roberts.
see the S. Okay,
Robert, Chief Justice Roberts.
You know, you talk about fighting back, and I'm going to segue into something else real quick. What's going on there in Loudon? It's Justice Roberts. Thank you, Michelle. And what's going on in Loudon, Virginia, right now? Now, if you've been listening to the show for a while, and guys, y'all know me, I pulled my son out of public school a long time ago to homeschool him. Yvette homeschooled all her kids, and it's, you know, some people say it's to the detriment of their education, but I say
no way.
I was one of those people for a long time, and Yvette and I argued tooth and nail over this. I mean, I promise you, I'm sure he's seen it. And
yep.
What event made you do it?
Okay, so
one big one. I know there's a bunch of them.
There were numerous, but the straw that broke the camel's back is Tyler. He wore a TTR shirt to school. They made him turn it inside out. And then the big event was, or the last event was he had a test given by, I believe, his geography teacher.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And one of the questions on the test, and this is an exam. It's
why
not a
is
quiz.
President Trump a bad president?
Yes, it wasn't a quiz, dude. This was an exam, like a 30% of your grade for the semester type exam, and that was one of the questions on there.
Yeah.
I have been back and forth with the school board. I fought and fought and fought, and nothing happened. Nothing. So, and that was, I told them that day, I said, just go ahead and we're done. We're done with this. I'm not putting up this crap.
Because they don't care about you. They care about the funding that they're going to get from the Fed.
And that's the thing too, is now that he is homeschooled, the messed up thing about this is I still pay school taxes, and a lot of them.
Of course you do.
But okay, so that brings me to what's going on in Virginia. And these parents in Loudon, Virginia, God love them. And we're actually trying to get them on the show here pretty soon. They were on Real America with Dan Ball. And we've reached out, and we're trying to get them on there right now, or trying to get them on here in the future. Now, there's more to it than just, okay, I'm sure everybody's seen on the news. It's the headline is Loudon School Critics Target Dirty Books as Recall Petitions Circulate. Okay, so now it's not just about the book. Okay, that's a lot of it. I'd say that's 50% of it. They are also fighting critical race theory. Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, the teachers union the local teachers union, have branded these parents as racist because they do not want critical race theory taught in school to their children. And they are also racist because they do not want these books in their school. And the name of the book is, Monday's Not Coming. Oh, okay.
Disgusting.
So I'm sitting here, I'm looking at some of the comments, and these are ninth graders. These aren't even like, 17-year-old kids getting ready to graduate. These are ninth graders. So we're talking 13, 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Now, some of the comments that came out of this book, I'm reading, and I'm just like, I'm just astounded. She sucked my fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
She sucked my. Right? Yeah.
They read this in front of the school board too. They said if this is not appropriate for me to say in front of you right now, it is not appropriate for my.
So here's my thing.
Yeah. There's more. There's more.
I get it. But right now, I just kind of want to make it like an association. Like this last weekend, Suck Bang Blow just happened. I feel like I just walked into a freaking bar at Suck Bang Blow. Like,
what?
Like seriously. Suck Bang Blow is a bike. It's bike week in Myrtle Beach. So, but and that's where it's kind of like Sturgis and
not anymore. We got shut down in Myrtle Beach, brother. But anyways,
they just did it. They literally just did it.
Yeah.
So it's a gay biker club?
No.
It's
okay. Sorry.
No,
there's
Myrtle Beach Bike Week.
Yeah, it's like strippers, cocaine, weird shit stuff happening. Blah blah blah.
Okay, then
biker
it makes
stuff. Real biker shit. So, but anyway, that's what I feel like when I heard that. The first thing I felt like I walked into a bar at Suck Bang Blow.
Yeah, it's the
unreal.
Problem,
I don't understand how people cannot comprehend that when you expose kids in the formative years to this type of information, you are changing their life forever.
I don't understand how did we forget? No, you're right. I don't understand how we forgot. How did we forget that children
on purpose?
No, you're right. But how is it that we are allowing? Does anybody in here remember the whole children are sponges from between? And so between the years of 3 and 14, they're sponges.
Super important years.
Those are the most influential years of a child's age.
The extremists we really need to be talking about are the teachers that are teaching this garbage.
Exactly. That's a whole nother thing right there with one of the reasons why I pulled Bub out of school. Because they literally had teachers teaching English that could not speak the English language themselves.
Sure.
But so now let's get this is incredible. I'm so pissed, and I see why people homeschool now. I mean, it's always been bad, but it hasn't been this bad. Because I've always been, and Shannon, you know me, I've always been involved in Tyler's life, especially school.
Mm-hmm.
And
sometimes too much.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You are exactly right. But I was on my own for a long time.
Yep.
Single dad, and that's what I did. I mean, Tyler and I we're the two musketeers taking on the world. But I was a little overbearing sometimes, but it is what it is. I'm sitting there. There's another book called Murder Trending.
Yep.
Yeah, this discusses
# Murder Trending.
Yeah, and it discusses how to, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amanda, how to cut up your grandmother and put her in a freezer.
I'm sorry.
Is that right?
It is about, it's about cutting.
Like Siri can't tell you that anymore, but
not
you
your
give her
grandmother.
freaking.
It's about cutting up children. This little girl's best friend and her brother were cut up and put in a freezer. Yeah. I don't know, because I know that I used to read some pretty messed up books when I was in high school. I don't know what age they're pushing. They're not specifying really what age they're pushing.
It really doesn't matter, because if you're giving sociopathic material,
if you're
giving sociopathic material,
right,
to anybody, especially an adolescent and younger, like that's just not okay.
No, not at all.
Like we don't even allow freaking military people to be sociopaths.
So what they're doing is that they're not only incorporating that, this is another quote from the same book. He had a big
Yep.
Foot. The same book. Yeah. And now if you read into it, there's a lot more. I'll just go ahead and paraphrase. There was one scene in the book where I can't even believe I'm saying this about our educational system, where a girl's up against a car and didn't really want to have sex with this boy, and he forced himself on her, and her friend said it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So not only do they talk about genitalia, not only do they talk about murdering your grandmother and stuffing her in a freezer, but now they're talking about rape.
And how to have gay sex.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get into the anal sex part. Mm-hmm. And it's incredible. This is what our children are being taught right now. And we wonder why they're out there throwing bricks through windows and setting towns on fire. They don't even know what the hell's going on.
So is there any working effort to recall that school board?
Oh, there is. And now that being said, the school board, the school board retaliated and branded these parents as racist, because they didn't want their children to learn about rape and anal sex and killing their grandmother.
Because there's no I had a word. There's a word in my brain that I'm trying to figure out and I can't remember it. Because there's no originality in anything else. So we're going to call them racist.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. If you disagree with the agenda, you're a racist.
No, listen, I don't care. It doesn't matter if you make your peanut butter the wrong way, you're racist.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If you mix your temper paint wrong, you're racist. Like I'm over it. I'm done.
It's you can't have Aunt Jemima's syrup. You can't have Uncle Ben's rice.
Eskimo pies.
Oh, is Eskimo pies gone too?
Yeah, Land O'Lakes.
Well, I tell you. Well, I've got Land O'Lakes in the fridge, and I'm going to clean that out and put it away in a plastic bag.
They took the Indian off of it. They took the little Indian girl off of it.
I know
it's a big O.
I've got one with the Native American female on there, and I'm going to sell it for $1 million here in a couple of years. But
just call her Indian. Just call her a freaking
Indian. I was making a joke, man.
I know. Like you know what? It's funny. Like I get it. And, you know, like I know we all want to keep things light and fluffy, but there's going to be a point in time where light and fluffy is not going to be okay.
Oh no, I agree with you. I'm there now. I'm just, you got to laugh to keep from crying sometimes. And
I don't. But and I get it, and I love you guys for trying. So, but right now I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm hurting.
We all are.
I'm upset. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just telling you how I feel. And
this is the biggest lesson we have ever learned in our lives.
Yeah. Right holy crap!
Is how important some of the smallest voting opportunities, such as a school board, maybe couple hundred people vote in some school board
maybe
meetings.
Yeah.
and that controls that entire education system.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's just focused on maybe their governor, maybe the president, if that.
Everything.
But how many parents do you have you known over your life that never got involved in a school board?
Mine.
Oh, I know a bunch. And Jared, that's the thing is, I fought the school board. I fought them tooth and nail year in and year out over the student.
But you're 1 out of 100.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
You need the other 99 to step up.
I fought over the damn stupid ass STAR test here in Texas, which is nothing but money. It is nothing but money.
They stress the kids out so freaking bad for that stupid test. They stress.
Listen, STARs everywhere. It's a national test. It's and you're right. It's all money. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's all garbage. And it's all like let's talk about how we're gonna change streamlined math to put one problem on a whole sheet of paper. Like,
I always got in trouble in school because I never paid attention to their math things. I figure the problem out, give them the answer, and they're like, "Show your work."
Mm-hmm.
Why?
No, that's racist.
I gave you the right answer.
No, math is racist now. Just so you know.
No, that's why. It's racist to show your work, and it's racist to think that there's only one answer.
Well, hey, Chris, are you here? Are you here in Texas? He says, "Yeah, STAR sucks," and it's wow. I can't even begin. And you know what's so funny is the state of Texas gives you a loophole, but they leave it to not take the STAR test. Oh shit! All right, Chris, we're gonna have to hook up, go get a big old donut there at Round Rock Donuts.
Are you kidding me, Chris? You're right down the street from me, fool.
Yeah, Round Rock, man. Okay, for the listeners who've never been to Round Rock, Texas, and had a Round Rock donut, it is big. It's bigger than your head. It literally comes in a box like this. It's one donut, and it is awesome.
So Round Rock donuts are made. They're amazing. They're actually made with instead of like white cane sugar. It's made with sweet potato. It's spun sweet potato sugar.
And their kolaches are phenomenal. But anyways, okay, so the state of Texas gives you a loophole. Okay, it's like taking the jab in the arm. You can get a religious exemption. You get, there's a certain number. I think 5 different exemptions you can use. Mm-hmm. Well, I filed because I don't believe in it. I think it's a crock of crap. I think it's just a dump truck load full of shit. Okay. And what the reason it's not because it's a go or no go at that station. They gear the entire school year towards the STAR test. That's all they learn. They learn how to pass the STAR test.
Are the schools getting a certain amount of money based on
based on results? Yes.
Yep.
It's
Chris, we need to talk.
When I was going to school in Florida, check this out. The lottery. Everybody says, "Oh, play the lottery." Goes back to schools. It does.
I never bought a lottery ticket in my life. Not even
back in the general fund. So
now I know who Chris is. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, Julie, you take care.
Chris, we need to talk.
All the way in Australia. Thank you, Julie, for tuning in.
Thanks, Julie, for coming in, hanging out.
Take care, Julie.
We'll
Ciao,
talk to you
Bella.
soon.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Hey,
so hold on. So Chris, we need to talk, bro. I'm playing here at the Post tomorrow at 2. If you got nothing going on, swing by the Post Tavern, man. And I'll shoot you a friend request, but I'll forget that before this fucking show's over.
Oh, you said the first F-bomb.
You're welcome.
Yay.
I broke the ice. Sorry.
Here's another thing too. I'd like to talk about this before we get into the break. There, Michelle put in there. There's a COVID vaccine and
$1 million lottery.
Oh, yeah.
In Ohio. Are you kidding me right now?
You can't make this up, dude. You cannot make this up.
For real.
Okay, I love this.
The truth is stranger than fiction right now. We could literally, if you made a movie about this 10 years ago, people would be like, "No, that ain't happening."
How do you love the statement that came out of the White House? You can either get the vaccine or wear a mask. That's it.
That's off of 1431, Chris.
Liberty and personal freedom's gone. There was this document that was created in 1776. Actually, hold on a second. I got one.
I think I might have it.
Holy shit.
Michelle put that's $5.1 million prizes.
That's weird.
There you go.
That's the comptroller of the United States.
Right there.
Yes, sir.
People have forgotten that thing.
Oh, you beat me.
I beat you.
Well, I think Amanda's actually got the original one she cut in pieces to get out of the Constitution there.
I remember being taught this in school.
Yeah. Do you remember?
My daughter was not taught this in school.
Do you remember having to learn the preamble?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I remember having to learn the preamble, the Pledge of Allegiance, all that stuff was that was all memory work from school.
You know, I never noticed this before, but it says Congress of the United
Yeah, it's
States.
got an F. Yep.
Congress.
I'm gonna have to say that from now on.
Hey, so real quick, Chris, if you're still in here, the Post Tavern is over here in Cedar Park off of 1431. So it's just past Bell. So
here you go, Shannon. This is for you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Aw. y'all are precious.
Sweet.
They got a little they got a bromance going on there.
You're cute.
Anyway, what? I think Recon's mad you're cheating on her, Shannon. Look at her.
I can't. I don't even. Recon, I'm gonna need you to calm down, sweetheart. I love you. Oh, she's like, fine. He's still talking to me.
Sweet.
So, but
dog.
I love her. I love that dog. So here we are talking. Like we're talking about. I can't, man. You know, and I'm trying to suppress what I've been dealing with all day. And at the end of the day, like all these things we're talking about.
Never thought you'd have talking about it, did you?
No, I never. First of all, I never thought I'd ever talk about it because I thought we were going to have a bunch of people like us banging freaking heads in the fact that it didn't happen. You know, I thought they were going to be a bunch of pipe hitters. They're going to be like, nope. You know what? This is the Constitution, and this is how things are going to be. However,
I don't think we're that far away from it. However,
what you don't understand is that they're removing. Well, you probably do because we've already had this part. We talked about this in the group chat. They're removing extremists from freaking the military. Like they've been doing it for like the last 6 months.
That's coming up in the second half, and that is just an extraordinary thing.
And all of these things. It's insane because what I want to talk about is the president sitting on his desk talking to you about
the president's in Mar-a-Lago, but anyways,
the figurehead.
Yes,
a puppet.
The person residing in the White House.
The person, yeah.
All right, well, look, we've got a couple minutes here, and I usually do Dumbass of the Week here, but Amanda has definitely kick my ass in this one. I'm gonna save mine because the reason I want to do this one, Amanda, but we're gonna save it for next week. In fact, let me put it over here on my file so we have it for next week. Is because it's local. It's College Station. Yeah.
Well, that ought to be good.
And it's like a Florida type headline, but yeah, we'll save that one for next week. That's okay.
We're gone.
So all right, so we're gonna do the same thing we always do at the top of the hour. We're gonna do Dumbass of the Week, then we're gonna get trivia. Have somebody that'll cue up the Jeopardy music for us. And then I've got two really good questions here. And I tell you what, this is what we'll do. We're gonna do both questions.
Okay.
We'll do one before the break and one after the break. It's the same, and you have to get it within the time frame of the music. If you get both of them, we'll send out a new tumbler because these are good.
Oh,
these are good.
I still can't win though. Okay.
You're on the show. No, your stuff's sitting in there. It's fine. It's going nowhere.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Chris,
I'm
with you. I gave a sign of the Illuminati. Hook 'em horns. I'm so sick of that crap on the internet too. Freemasons and UT grads and blah blah blah. Anyways,
you need to join the Illuminati, or you need to be a Knights Templar. There's only one way to be a Knights Templar, and it's not by joining a radio pack like a pack on
No, and just to put it out there, I am one, and it's just I'm a 32nd degree Freemason, and you know what? They keep saying Illuminati. Well, I look at what they call the so-called Illuminati. I have a beautiful house. I do. I love my house. We're very comfortable. But if I were part of the Illuminati, I'm in the trailer park of freaking Illuminati. Okay, let's do it that way. All right, Amanda, please, by all means, give us the dumbass of the week.
All right, y'all, dumbass of the week. This is a good one. I'm happy about this. Oh, all right. So a judge has no patience for buttfucker 3000 in Zoom court.
Did you guys see that video? Did you guys watch the video?
Yes.
That shit was hilarious.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I think you're on mute. I think you're. You need to. I'm sorry. You need to mute. That shit was funny.
No, he's talking about the video.
Yeah, the video. Not nobody. You don't need to mute.
All right. So a Michigan man. I may know this person. I'm from Michigan. I'm a Yankee. A Michigan man showed up to court with an unfortunate screen name. He was there for paraphernalia charges. The judge says, "Let's bring this fool in." Judge Middleton said to the assembled Zoom meeting, which was mostly people waiting to address the court. "Good morning, sir. What's your name?" Middleton said. When Saxon, I'm just going to say Saxon, joined the meeting with the screen name Buttfucker 3000. Saxon said, Saxon's like, "Me?" And the judge is like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "My name is Nathaniel Saxon, sir." And the judge says, "Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, did you know?" Middleton, the judge said, as a distressed and confused Saxon scanned the crowd. "Logging into my court with that as your screen name. What kind of idiot logs into court like that?" Saxon looked horrified. The other people in the court were undisturbed. "I don't believe I typed anything like that in," he said. "Bullshit." "Well, that's what it says," said the judge. Saxon was apologetic. "Your Honor, if I may explain, I think it was whenever I set up my Zoom account or whatever, but is my iPhone pairing name for my Bluetooth speaker, sir. It's an inside joke. I'm sorry." Yes. Nice excuse. 20 minutes later, Saxon pled guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia during a traffic stop. Police found a syringe with methamphetamine residue in it in Saxon's truck. He agreed to pay a fine of $200. Middleton told him he was lucky to escape the day's events without a contempt of court charge with his screen.
And he got his buttfucker 3000 back.
Yeah, buttfucker 3000.
I can't even imagine. That's how. Okay, so that goes back to our society, what it is today.
If that would have happened in my court, my head would have exploded. Literally.
I can imagine.
There's no way.
Right then and there. I'm like, we're going to have a chat, son.
There's no way any of us would have ever, even if you listen, I've been in the court for DUI or 2 in my life, but there's no way I'd ever walk into a courtroom. Ever.
Dude, these Zoom courts, it has changed the world. I
can't.
Well, what about
I had one guy log on one time.
The thing, looked like an emu or whatever. Ostrich.
What?
A lawyer. Yeah, I don't know. What do you call it?
Yeah.
What do you call the thing where you change
an ostrich plume?
The filter.
You're talking about green screen in it?
The filter. Yeah, he made himself into an ostrich, and he's
green
a lawyer.
Screen.
Oh, that's right. He didn't know how to get it. He had chosen one of those filters, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. And it's literally an ostrich talking to the judge. That was funny because it was just a guy that didn't know how to use technology, man. It's not Buttfucker 3000.
Yeah, that guy. You're not going to tell me now. Every time we start this broadcast,
there he is.
Well, there he is. Yeah, it's every time we start this broadcast, everybody's name shows up. You're not going to tell me he didn't know. Yeah. You're not going to tell me that.
My name is literally right in the bottom of the corner.
So he may still be high.
Well, he's blaming it on his Bluetooth speaker.
The reality is I'm literally looking.
He was definitely high when he named the Bluetooth speaker.
I'm looking at my name in the bottom of the screen right now on my freaking camera.
You put it in before you go
Right.
on. You put your name in. Yes.
I mean, I could have typed in buttfucker 3000, but I didn't.
Yeah, no.
Well, there's always next.
I was upset because that one's already taken, so you're gonna have to be 3001.
How about
So there you go.
Listen, you keep messing around, I'll go back and type that in, and George can be mad at you.
Easy, Chief.
Not my fault. You can blame it on me. It's usually my fault. I'm used to that shit. Anyways, they should have sentenced him to legally changing his name to Buttfucker 3000. Amen. Is Terrell the guy that you guys call Pterodactyl?
That's Pterodactyl.
Dude, all right. So when I'm on the phone and I have to spell anything with a P in it, I mess with them hard. I say P as in pneumonia.
Or P, pterodactyl.
And they're like, what, ma'am? I don't understand. Never mind. Because if you say the phonetic alphabet, they're like, they still don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's like B as in
B prick, and tell us all about it. We're at the top of the hour.
Nice.
Shameless. I pulled a little Sesame Street on you. Yeah.
That was good. Nice.
Dean's
so
wife.
B pricks. It should be at the bottom of the screen here. It's my jewelry making. I make jewelry for art therapy, and I have to get rid of this stuff because I just have walls and walls and walls of this really badass jewelry. I would say that you can get 10% off, but that sale is now over because Mother's Day. You had your chance.
I'm still waiting for my WWE belt.
Shut your face. Beads are freaking expensive. So if you buy any of my things, you're actually helping me out to keep me going on this awesome art therapy journey that I'm doing. It's probably the best therapy that I've ever freaking tried, ever. The EMDR shit, I can't.
Yeah.
No. I feel like the doctors, they sit there, they open up a can of worms, and they're like, 60 minutes is up. Sorry. Bye.
Now you go home and you can listen.
To go home and deal with.
Yeah. We opened this box, and here's your audio recorder. Go home and listen to this until you come back next month.
Yeah, next month.
I like listening to my saws and my shop mates all day.
Yeah.
Well, Shannon, before we get into the trivia, we are going to do a question before and after. If you get them both right, we'll send you a slightly used tumbler and a sticker I peeled off the window of my truck. So there you go. All right, Shannon, if you can tell us where to get your music, please. We're going to play it at the break.
You can find my music pretty much anywhere you get down your digital downloads or streams. Spotify, Google. I keep wanting to say Google Play. Google Play's not even there anymore. Amazon Music, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, Napster's still out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought they turned into a porn thing.
No, trust me. I wish I had a little folder I could push up here and go, it's all right here. Because it would be awesome.
I'll make that happen for next week. How about that?
But yeah, so but you can find that music pretty much anywhere. And as it says generally down the lower part of the screen, what I will say is that not all of the money that is paid into for my music, the proceeds from not all of my music, but the proceeds from the song Not Alone.
It says song.
The song Not Alone, the proceeds for this month goes to Cover 6 Outdoors.
Yes.
And that's an amazing song, dude. Amazing.
And all of that being said, please join us in Galveston, June the 12th of the Irreverent Warriors Silky's Hike, and we will be there. We'll do a little meet and greet, and a large portion of the proceeds that we get from that day will go to Vow 22. Go ahead.
Tomorrow, here in Cedar Park, the Post Tavern, I will be playing from 2 to 4. There will be a bunch of Irreverent Warriors there hanging out. There will be a crawfish boil and all kinds of weird stuff happening. So come down, come hang out.
Please ask Mark to give me a call.
Mark's not here. Mark's there. I've been asking Mark to give you a call. I haven't got anything back from Mark yet.
Okay. All right, the first question, the trivia question. Then we'll get into the music. All right. Who's got the music queued up? Are we ready?
Oh, I don't have it queued up.
What?
I will say this. We need to change that placard if we're going to keep playing that song.
What placard?
I play the one you gave me, brother.
I'm just saying we need to change the picture on the song. I need to change that.
I do, and I do love it. I do love it. And everybody's like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Shannon's new brand is coming out, and it is awesome.
Yes. I can't wait.
All right, so Dean, you are not allowed to Google anything. You have to know.
Dean, you're not allowed to breathe right now, fool.
Well, here's the thing: is Dean's got a big ass package, so going in the mail. I don't know package.
That's not where that was at. Yeah, you ready?
All right, Dean. If you know the answer, please do not.
Yeah, Dean. If you know the answer, shut your mouth.
All right. First question: what is the world's smallest country?
I'll give you a hint. It's in my crotch.
Oh, I think I know.
We're waiting in the comments, guys.
She got it.
Well, we don't see it, so we don't know.
Oh,
I see it.
there you go. All right, Michelle, Minnie's wife, got it.
The Vatican. Oh yeah,
it is Vatican City.
Yep.
Been there. That's a cool place.
It's actually, yeah, it is. It's beautiful. It's and I'm like an old cathedral dude. I love going to different countries and looking at that. But the name of it is the Holy See, SEE. It's a name given by the government of the Roman Catholic Church, which is led by the Pope as the Bishop of Rome. Since 1929, it has resided in Vatican City, which is established as an independent state to enable the Pope to exercise his universal authority. And that's a whole nother story we can get into. But anyways, the answer to the question was Vatican City. We'll do question number 2. Michelle, if you can get question number 2, I've got your little boy's t-shirt sitting right there ready to go anyways, and we will send y'all some free stuff. All right, we're fixing to hit the break. We're going to play Shannon's song. Bye. Share. That's all I can say. We'll see y'all in a few.
All right.
All right, welcome back to the second half of TTR-REV Nation. We've got, this is a topic that I've been wanting to get into since Amanda brought this up during the week, and it's going to take the full hour to do this. I don't even know what to say with my face anymore.
Be right back.
To the second half too. Amanda, if you want to kick this off, because I've got probably 4 or 5 oak trees here that I've shot down or cut down just on this topic. And if you would do me a favor, because I'm going to skip ahead to the dialogue here. So if you would go ahead and fill everybody in on what we're talking about, that would be great.
Sure. So in a nutshell, extremism in the
Michelle forgot about the second trivia question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Extremism in the military. Let's do a question.
Oh, no. I've got a good question here. I'm sorry, Michelle. I forgot all that. She said James needs a new shirt, and Michelle, you got the last Toppler shirt that we had from the old logos. So it's been sitting here, and I need y'all to send me. Tell John, please send me your address again.
I'm sorry. Did you just say that she got the last topless shirts?
Toddler.
Oh,
Toddler.
I had to clarify that shit.
Okay. All right. So,
Sorry, Michelle. I was just messing around.
Shannon, do you have the music ready? We got the second trivia question ready to go. I know. I forgot about it too.
Why am I the audio engineer? Oh, wait, because I am.
Yeah, you are.
There you go. You got like schooling and stuff.
He knows
Really
what
that important.
buttons.
Ready? Here we go.
All right. Now, here's your question, Michelle, for the whole enchilada. You get a used sticker off my truck.
A used enchilada.
A half-eaten enchilada, and a used tumbler,
And some expired sour cream.
and
Some brown guacamole.
And one of our slightly burnt candles. So there you go.
And a withered avocado seed.
There you go. Michelle, it doesn't get any better. You can listen to any show you want to, but nobody gives the stuff out that we do. All right. So here is your second question, Rev Nation. What does the color of your bread tab mean? What does the color?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What does the color of your bread tab mean?
The little plastic thingy that holds it together when you twist it.
Music, please.
Somebody's Googling that shit right now.
And she wins a half-eaten enchilada. There you go. It is what day it was baked on. The colorful tab not only helps you seal in the softness of your loaf of bread, it actually tells you the day of the week it was baked.
That's what your mom said.
I did not know this until I actually looked this up. The color code is Monday for blue is Monday, green Tuesday, red Thursday, so on and so forth. So there you go. Pterodactyl, no, I am sorry. Michelle probably, she says, I didn't Google it. I do believe her. For some reason, I do believe her.
Wait, pterodactyl, you gluten-free too? I thought I was the only one left in the world.
Okay, so to get back to the topic here, extremism, and I won't go ahead and say his name, Bishop Garrison. I'm not going to address him by his rank because he just disgusted me. So please go ahead.
Why would you care?
Please go ahead, Amanda.
Why are you gonna put this on me? Shoot.
Because you brought it up.
You picked this subject.
I'll start. So this what's it called? The review. I forgot what it's called. It's a review. They're putting together, or they already did put together, this group of officials, secretaries and whatnot, to come up with basically a questionnaire for the troops that are in, and then also coming up with another questionnaire for troops that are exiting the military, so that they know what to find out there in the world, such as they're going to be recruited to extremist groups, and they're targeting them. They're targeting people in the military and out of the military. So they're trying to push basically for us veterans to rat each other out too.
Oh yeah, they're actually creating incentives to do it.
They are. Yeah. Oh.
They're creating incentives to tell
right.
Countering on your brothers.
Working group.
Right.
Countering extremism working group.
You know what his title is? It's hilarious. And like if I don't know anybody who's ever been in the government, if I swear, if you can't tell that this is, hey man, like Clarence needs a job, bro. If you can't tell that that's what this title is, like you're a moron. Bishop Garrison is the Director, National Security Outreach.
Okay, so now these are direct quotes from him. There's
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Senior advisor to the Secretary of Defense.
Yes. Okay.
Again, what does that mean?
Okay, what it means is this guy's
in charge of this working group. He's just in charge of making sure that that all of the battalions and well, the entire military, I guess.
No, what? So yeah, no, I get it. And what I'm trying to get at is like what it means is like he's the dude under the desk.
He's the dude under the desk.
Okay, now these are direct
way
quotes.
to gut the military without saying that you're going to gut the military.
Right.
Now, Amanda, you brought this up, and I dug into it. I dug into it hard, and these are quotes from him.
You're going to read all his tweets, aren't you?
No. This isn't tweets. This is a conversation that he had. It says,
and
this is
I read
speaking,
that. I read that.
Yeah, this is speaking of Caucasian people.
I want to know what was his rank in the military? Actually,
he was a general.
Oh wow!
No.
Yeah.
And what branch?
Army or Air Force?
Army.
Please tell me it was Air Force.
Army.
Army.
Okay, it's okay.
So gonna give Jared a hard time.
It says
kind of people, bro.
Because you're on an endangered list, and unlike say the bald eagle or some exotic species of muskrat, you are not worth saving. In 40 years or so, maybe fewer, there won't be any more white people around who actually remember that leave it to Beaver, Father knows best bullshit that you hold on so near and dear to your heart. We don't need guns. We just need to be patient and wait for you to pass into that good night, first politically and then, well, we don't need guns. You just have to be patient. The sound of your empire dying, your nation as you knew it ending permanently, because I do, and the sound of its demise is beautiful.
I'm just going to ask you to stop.
Just
stop reading it.
Wow. Just wow.
I'm already angry as it is. I'm angry for my day. So
these are the people that are leading our armed forces.
No, well, see, that's the problem. They're not leading our armed forces.
Action.
They're thinning our armed forces every time. So let's think about this. Let's think about this. Right? We think about this in revolutions, right? So there's a Republican president. What does he work on? He works on lowering taxes, creating stability inside of the government, the national government. I mean, unless of course there's a large war, because George Bush and George W. Bush was like, God bless him. God bless his sweet little heart. But anyway, I don't hate him. Anyway, but he was fighting a war. He was fighting a two-front war. But the Democrats generally do what? What happens? What's the first thing that always happens?
They create a business.
The economy goes to shit.
No. So what's the first thing that happens with the military? What's the first thing that happens?
They got it.
They got it. So what happened? What happened in 90? What happened in 95?
I don't know. What happened?
Or was it 95, 96? No, it was 95, 96. So Bill Clinton came in the office.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Bill Clinton shut down half of the naval bases across the country.
I came back from Iraq and I had no home. I had no home. I was stationed at 284 Germany in Gallstadt, and we literally Okay, so that time frame we were doing the A1 A2 rollover. So if you had a track license, you were done. Okay, right. So we did our time over there. We come back. So your stuff's still in boxes, with your living will on top, taped on top.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to move we don't even have a barracks room anymore. We have to move to like temporary barracks because he gave away our post to the Germans and the Italians.
Right.
And then we had the A1, A2 rollover. So we're living in limbo. I get it, brother. I get it. And
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's like they've been trying to destabilize this since after Jimmy. It's like Bill Clinton was the first. Like Jimmy Carter wasn't a great president. I get it, but you know what? At least Jimmy Carter loved this country. Jimmy Carter still loved this country. He wasn't a great president, but he still cared about this country.
No, you're right. He's a horrible president, but you're exactly right. His heart was in the right place. He just made
right. But he had a shitty cabinet. He had a shitty cabinet, and he didn't have anybody to help the freaking direct him. Like whatever. Yeah. All that aside, Ronald Reagan comes back into place, and he's like, you know what? Screw all you guys. This is dumb. We're not doing this. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. Bush Sr. comes in. Bush Sr. may or may not have been a little bit of I don't know. He might have been the cream on top of the family, but whatever. Wasn't the greatest president on the planet.
No.
But
by no means.
But he was also not a horrible one. He wasn't a horrible president. He was kind of I wouldn't say he's necessarily like Taft or anything like that. But
all of that being said, if he would have grabbed his cojones, we still would not be in Afghanistan and Iraq right now. If he would have done his job and stood by his guns, we would not be where we're at right now. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I firmly believe that.
I don't agree.
We have made so much money while we've been in war. Nobody wants to turn that spigot off.
Well, of course, but here's the other side of that coin.
Okay, so when I was in Balad, back in the day, we every time you swipe that card at the chow hall, was it KBR or was it Halliburton at the time? I can't remember. One of the two.
Halliburton. Halliburton.
What year?
Was that 07?
That would have been Halliburton.
Yeah.
I mean, they bounced off. The contracts bounced back and forth.
So. Well, KBR was after Halliburton, right?
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't? It was before.
I remember. But anyway,
they bounced back and forth.
You walked in the chow hall, whether you got a thing of milk or 4 meals, $27 a swipe.
Right.
$27 a swipe.
That was a processing fee.
$27 a swipe.
Processing fee.
Now, bulk of the military, they got what was on the thing. You were in a special crowd. I've seen lobsters this big.
Oh yeah.
And it was all from the contract company. The amount of money that these politicians are pulling in on the government contracts that they're associated with is what trumps everything.
Yeah.
That's weird. No, but you're right. I mean, but I'm going to say this because Todd said, if he'd have stuck to his guns and had his cojones in the right spot, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, brother. The fact that people think that we should be out of that country now is stupid.
I agree with you there. I do.
Period.
What I'm saying is years ago, it should have been handled.
Nope.
It should have been handled.
How are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle extremists? You can't.
Glass bullet and make it a Vegas, and we go back 20 years.
I said that to my
slots,
commander.
Brothers.
I said that to my freaking theater commander on the freaking in TQ, and I was like, he goes, "What do you think about this, Doc?" I got 2 words for you: glass parking lot.
Yeah,
Moab, sir. He goes, "Oh, Doc, you know better than that." Well, you know what? I do.
And look at us now.
But here's the other side of that coin. It's not going to happen because there's freaking resources there. B, there are good people there. Whether you like it or not. Like it sucks, but it's a fact. There are good people.
It boils down to education. It boils down to the education level.
Exactly.
We cannot compare any of those. You can't compare, Palestine or Israel.
Apples and oranges.
You can't compare Afghanistan.
Apples,
Iraq.
oranges, grapes, and raisins.
Exactly.
People don't even comprehend that when you go into some of these villages and you meet with the mullah or the sheikh, and he can read. If he can read,
Yep.
he may be in charge of a 50-mile area.
Yep.
And
Right.
Everybody in that area is going to believe exactly what he's
You know what else? You know what else most people don't understand is that within 3 miles, within like 3 to 5 miles, you can find people that speak several different dialects of Farsi.
Yep.
They're not even speaking Arabic. They're speaking dialect of Farsi.
You ever hear a Pashtun Wali?
Yes, of course I've heard
that
of
mixture, that hill language is
they sound like hillbillies speaking gibberish.
Absolutely. Even the interpreters will look at you. You got to get 2 interpreters together, and then they look at you. They're like, "Yeah, this is hill language, and it's just like the North and South, man."
Right.
They're like, "We're gonna mix a little bit of this, a little bit of that."
So the reality is that people don't even understand. So what I'm trying to say is, like, if sticking to his guns wouldn't have changed a damn thing, because people are still like, listen, right now, I'm telling you, I get your point, but I'm going to tell you right now, if we'd have freaking turned that place into a glass parking lot, the whole globe would have been up our ass, period.
We were strong,
including.
So what?
The thing is, it's not justifiable.
No. So that's how you lose your strength. Like, you lose allies, you lose your strength. Have you ever played Axis and Allies? That's how it works.
What allies do we have now?
We don't have any.
That's what I'm saying. He's pissed in the cereal bowl of every ally that we've had.
Listen, you're talking about 2 different things right now. Allies. You're talking about 2 different things right now.
I understand. I'm just saying then and
I'm
now.
talking about then. There was no chance to come away from this once we lit this fire. There was no freaking chance.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Afghanistan.
I don't care if you turned it into a glass parking lot or not. Like, I'm telling you, there was no chance, because those people, like, that dude was in a cave for freaking 15 years plotting to come into this planet, into this freaking country, and jack it up.
Well,
and he still got people.
He might still be in a cave.
He's dead as fuck. But and he's at the bottom of the Labyrinthial abyss. Here's the other side of that coin. He created enough cells to last probably for another freaking 3 decades.
Oh, I guarantee you. Yeah.
So
forget about the cells.
We should never, ever come out of that country. Just like we never came out of freaking Korea. Just like we never came out of freaking Germany.
Now I agree with you. I will agree with you on that, because if now that we put our toe in the pond, yes, since we have done that. Now, yes, you're right. There needs to be a DMZ in Iraq. There needs to be one in Afghanistan, and while you bullshit in Syria as well. It needs to happen, because now we put our toe in that pond. We've made the ripple, and you're right. If we pull out now, we're screwed. We're screwed. They're screwed. We're screwed.
I remember when I before I ever went to Iraq, I had this big belief that we were going over there to help them. We're going to go over there.
Yeah.
Spread the.
We're going to go help them see how awesome life can be.
Yes, I went there during the Persian Gulf, and yes, that ideology. Yes, I agree with you. That's exactly how I felt. Oh my God, I'm going to be hoo-ah. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it didn't mean shit.
But then I sat down with these individuals in these villages, because I had a special job. I was able to sit down, have tea, and talk about real shit.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. Chai.
One time I sat down in front of a guy and
don't be an asshole. Call it chai. What it's supposed to be called.
had some chai, smoked some, I
smoked hashish 5 minutes ago.
What's that thing? No, not the hashish.
Hookah.
Yeah, smoke a little hookah.
And don't call it chai tea, because that pisses me off too. Chai tea. It's just saying tea twice.
What's not pissing you off right now?
You need
really nothing, to be honest with you.
Hugs. That's what he does.
I'm over it.
But you sit down and you talk with them, and you could have a conversation. But hey, how you doing? And next thing you're talking about is, hey, I'm gonna your nephew over there. I'm gonna go. He's gonna die next week. Mm-hmm. Like if he doesn't change his behavior, he's going on the target list, and I'm taking him out.
Right.
And it's like, he's like, inshallah, which means if God wills. And it's like, okay, I don't think you understand me, sir. I said, we're not on a theological debate. We're not on a religious discussion. I'm telling you what's going to happen if your nephew keeps attacking us.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
those are fun meetings.
Okay, all right.
And again, he would say,
he said, I'll handle it. Now, we didn't have to go in. We didn't have to drop it a bunch of bombs. We had tea.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what they understand. If somebody that I can control that I have control over is doing this over here, and somebody else comes in and says, hey, if you don't stop that, we're going to cut that hand off. Mm-hmm. Guess what he's going to do? They're going to stop it because that's what they understand. They don't understand binary or non-binary. They don't understand.
They don't give a crap about any of that stuff. They don't give a crap about any of that stuff. No. So, but what I will say, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Jared. Like you sit down and you have you can sit down and literally have a meal with that whole family. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And but here's what people don't understand on the other side of that coin. You sit down and have I can't tell you how many times I broke bread with a sheikh or all of his family. You know, the general or the colonel sits down. And he's like, hey, we're going to have a meal and they're going to bring it or we're going to bring it, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You guys go out and set up security. We'll bring you out a plate, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
You know, everybody gets naan. Everybody gets some chicken, gets some freaking dirty freaking tomatoes, whatever.
I miss that bread, though, boy. Foot bread.
Yeah. Foot bread, naan.
Foot bread is good.
So you break bread. Everything's great. You give the kids a bunch of soccer balls, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And it's time to go. Everybody mounts up. Everybody starts throwing rocks.
Yeah, the little rock throwers.
They all start throwing rocks at you. Mm-hmm. Do you want to, does anybody in here know why?
Because that's what they do. That's what they know. No,
that's not what they do. They're doing it so they're not looked like they're aiding and abetting us. So the bad guys aren't coming in and cutting their throats at night.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're not fighting. We've never been fighting Iraqis.
That's what people understand.
We're not fighting.
That's a very true statement.
We're not fighting Afghanis.
You're fighting all the other foreign influences that are infiltrating that country.
Anybody an ideology.
We had German snipers, we had Syrian snipers, we had Jordanian freaking rocket guys, we had bomb builders from freaking Yemen. We had all kinds of crap, but we weren't fighting Iraqis. We're not fighting Afghanis.
The Iraqis were the ones that wanted us.
They wanted us there. They were happy. They were happy to be able to vote. That girl with the freaking purple finger on the news, like she was happy. Mm-hmm. That was happy.
I tell you how many kids I busted? I say kids, military demands were like, look, man, I have nothing, and they were gonna kill my family if I don't launch this shit towards you. It's like I get it, dude, and then.
You don't have a choice. No. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. There was a kid freaking gonna throw a grenade inside the truck. What do? You shoot him in the face.
Yep.
10 years old. Like, what do?
You have to.
But in today's society, if that were to happen here in the U.S.,
I don't know a guy that did that, but I saw that happen.
He needs a therapist. You can't fix certain things.
No, and I've got I got a son. I got an 18-year-old son. At that time, he was probably 3, maybe 2. He might have been 2, maybe not even. Like he was just starting to walk. But there's like this 10, 12-year-old kid coming to the truck with the pineapple grenade. Like, what do you do? What do you do? No, kid, don't do that. And you know where he got it? He didn't get that. He didn't walk up and go, oh, I'm going to toss this in his truck.
Yeah.
Some dude handed it to him, pulled it and said, hey, I'm going to run this over and throw it in that truck.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Like, okay.
The kid died. The kid did. The kid's dead.
Well, I mean, you have to.
There's no value. This is what the bulk of America doesn't understand is the value of human life is zero. I remember one of the most profound conversations I had with a sheikh over there. He told me, and we sat down and he had hollered at one of his wives, and he was pissed. And I looked at him, I was like, what's going on, man? And he's like, women have 3 purposes. And this through an interpreter. In the ground, in the kitchen making babies. That's all they're used for.
Yep. And to beat.
And this was even more interesting because, like, I ended up having a female partner, and he offered to buy her one time.
I'm like, I know how that goes. Marry me, not have happen.
Well, how much did you get?
Well, I didn't get anything, but he wanted. I think the first offer was 2 goats and something else.
Camels and donkeys.
Yeah. But it was, that's what has gotten us to where we are today. This belief system, all this ideology, and that leads us back to the extremists in the military. They want to gut the people that are willing to go out and put their lives on the line for the United States of America. This has never been about Democrats or Republicans. This is about protecting that document in this nation.
I'm going to say something that's going to be very controversial right here, right now, and it may or may not piss off a lot of people.
Not you.
But what's happening? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with Democratic Party or the Republican Party or the Independent Party. It literally goes right back to Stalinism.
Yeah.
Goes back to Nazism. It goes back to, like, it's the same. If you can't see the playbook, you're not watching the freaking history movie.
How much history of cultural domination is actually taught anymore?
Oh, no.
Like, how many people, younger folks, actually know that China wants to take us over? Like, it's been that way forever.
They're not really interested in it because they get things like this from China.
Yeah.
Oh, China. Yeah, I've heard of China. That's where I got my freaking guitar string winder.
I guarantee you, my son is. I guarantee you that. Okay, Dean says, can we get back on positive shit?
No, no.
Dean, what do you want to talk about? Put a topic in there, and
look at that straw. That's epic. I love it.
That's
a wiggly bug.
That is pretty epic.
It's got a straw up its ass.
Hey, Jared, check your text real quick. And anyways, you'll see what I'm talking about. But getting back to this guy, this bishop dude, what they're doing is they're actually going through your you're going through your social media so you can see who you voted for. See it now? And they're going through your social media, and if you voted for Trump or you had any kind of good thing to say about that administration,
you're an extremist.
You're an extremist.
Well, as an investigator, you
will be discharged. You will be discharged. Yeah.
Look. When I was active back in the day as an agent, if I were to go online and put information out there that is contrary to the good order and discipline of the United States military, I'm just expecting somebody to put to say something. Now, it has never been wrong to say, I like this guy's opinion. It has always been illegal to take certain actions. It's always been wrong. I mean, y'all remember our security clearance paperwork and all the questions they ask you? You can't be an extremist.
OPQRST.
EPSQ.
Yeah, I just called it OPQRST.
But all that old stuff, those things that we always went through.
Right. Well, listen, I mean, you talk about like, I mean, you're talking about things like half the military didn't even get experience. Like, you had a top secret clearance. I had a secret. I might have had a TS. I think, I don't remember. But I, you go through, like, how many people went through SEER? 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Like, half the people in the freaking military don't even know what freaking SEER is.
True.
My neighbor's getting ready to go through it. Actually, hats off to, she's been on the show before. We're going to have her back on again, Amanda. And she's an author, and we're going to have her on with Deanne Clark. We're going to have Amanda Schrader and Deanne Clark on here. They're both huge advocates for the against child sex trafficking. and they have made leaps and bounds in that area. So we will have them on here shortly, just to let y'all know.
So she's getting ready to go through SEER?
Yeah, he's getting ready to go through SEER, and that means that Tyler and I are going to be cutting grass over there at their house for the summer. So there you go.
Wait, is he a National Guard or?
He is Air Force Reserve, and he is getting ready to make his captain.
So he's probably about to go through SEER 2, maybe SEER 1.
I don't know. He's getting ready to make his captain, and he is a.
They're not going to put him in a box. He won't get that treatment.
No. He's a flight nurse, and
he's not. So he's probably going to get the 1 week class, maybe 2 week class.
He's gone all summer.
Oh, it sounds like he is going to eat some bunny.
Maybe. Little mountain wilderness training, blah blah blah.
He's been all over the place, and he's talking about going active duty, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I tell you, just like law enforcement anymore. I can't recommend somebody to go out for the military.
There's no way I'd tell anybody to join the military anymore.
No, it's
back. I remember when we first went in. If you're drinking after you get off work, your boss is there with you, take care of you, maybe throw you in the back of the truck, make sure you get home.
Yeah.
But then about halfway through my career, people started getting in trouble. Like then the supervisors got in trouble for what their troops did. So what happened? Supervisors stopped helping their troops.
Yep.
That's where the family aspect went away. You couldn't help anybody become an adult.
Well, they won't allow you to be a good NCO anymore.
Absolutely.
And I always that was one thing I always prided myself on. I always thought I was a damn good NCO. I really did. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's just it's
all
in my
takes is giving a shit.
Well, it's exactly, and that it's in my nature to give a shit. And every time Ricky comes home and he tells me what's going on, I almost said shenanigans, like I'm 800 years old. But he tells me what's going on in the military now. Yeah, well, pretty much. I am the grandpa. But he tells me what's going on a daily basis, and I'm like, my head almost spins like I'm in Poltergeist or something. I'm like, really? And it's not, we have fun with the whole acronym change. You were talking about the acronyms earlier, Amanda. There's so many different changes in acronyms. That we have fun with that. You're old. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old as shit. Noah and I constructed the ark together, whatever. But
so you were a sailor?
No, I was an underwater track combat coastie. There you go.
Nice.
So,
I've always wanted to be that.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought I was specialized.
I'm pretty sure I just felt a prolapse in my vagina.
You should be violated right now. You should be.
That's creepy weird.
But it's all bullshitting aside though. He comes on, he tells me, and he's fixing to make a 6. If he stays in, he's gonna make a 6. He's kind of where I was at, at that stage in his career. And
what do you mean 6? You mean he's making staff sergeant?
Yeah, if he stays in. And
wait. How? Wait, what rank is he now?
5.
What?
Yeah, dude, he's been in for 4 years, brother. Isn't that hard to believe? Yeah.
I know, 4 years, but he's a freaking. What?
Wow, that's quick.
Okay, but
that's more like Air Force shit right there.
No, he's high speed, low drag, and honest to God, he is.
What? Like I love that
come
statement.
On, man.
I love that statement.
Army, I'd have been like
I love that statement. But wow. I mean, hey, good on him. And I know Ricky's probably a freaking great soldier. This is not me dogging him. But you don't even have a chance to learn how to lead at that speed.
Well, okay, now check this out. Now it's not like when we were in the promotion.
But can you address that elephant in the room I just put?
Yes, I'm fixing to agree with you. There's no more promotion points. It's all of that is pretty much gone out the window. And the Army is and I'll speak for the Army because he's part of the family. Is there is such a deficit of NCOs. People, they get in, make the rank, get out.
Why?
And
Wonder why.
I can't even imagine.
So I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that's going to piss everybody in the room off again.
What does Dean mean? Pet radio syndicate. Now it's just Dean. I don't know. Okay,
I don't understand. So I'm going to say something. Dean probably can attest to this. The Navy is the only branch in the United States Armed Forces that actually has to be tested for their job title.
Well, they still have promotion boards, but that's not the same thing.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Answer 200 questions, detailed questions on your job source rate.
Yeah.
And then calculate your evaluations for that quarter, and then go up against the Creo rate of your freaking job source.
Are you speaking Greek?
Yes.
Do they not smoke them anymore? He says no more ass whoopings to get them straight, Michael. They don't smoke the troops anymore.
Of course they don't smoke
the troops. Do push-ups? Like they don't do push-ups anymore? If they're
I had a lieutenant cry in my office. A lieutenant. He's supposed to be like he comes to my office and says, "Hey, I'm going to do this, this, and this," and I'm like, "No, you're not."
No.
And he's like, well, "What do you mean?" "Well, we'll talk about this tomorrow." I'm like, "No, we won't. You're not going to do that." I was a superintendent at the time, and he's like, and he ends up leaving. The commander walks in and says, "What was that about?" He was wanting to do this. I told him to fuck off, and he said, "Okay." He goes back in his office. Come back in the next day. He's like, "You won't believe this. That dude came over to my house and was crying because of how you yelled at him." I'm like, he literally drove to the commander's house and cried on his steps.
I got nothing.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I'm not making that up, dude. I promise you.
I got nothing.
Not embellish. You can ask Shannon.
I got nothing. So I know we only have like 10 minutes left.
Gross.
Right, and I'm assuming everybody got to talk about their subject today, but I really want to talk about mine.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry. I want to circle back for a second. He literally drove to the commander's house.
Yeah.
Miss Capsy, I'm just gonna have to ask you to like circle back later. Circle back later.
Yeah, you saw the funny there. I'm sorry. I'm in amazement right now.
So, first of all, the armed forces are just not the armed forces anymore. So anyway, we're just gonna have to understand that. Here's what I want to talk about, and we've got 10 minutes. I want to talk about the president's actual tweet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm going to tell you exactly what this tweet states.
Okay, please do. Is this actually a thing right now? Because I have not even looked at this.
No, yeah, it's actually.
I think it's complete bullshit, and I'm not gonna.
It's an actual thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
The rule is now simple. Well, I don't know about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's been signed into a law or a rule or not. The fact that he made this statement and everybody's okay with it is a problem for me. So the statement is, and I quote, "The rule is now simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do. The choice is yours."
And today I received notification of that exact policy being instituted in my state.
Really?
I said this not too long ago.
For the rest of my life.
I said this not too long ago. I said this not too long ago. If you think that they're above changing the policies and the laws that govern you right now, you're an idiot. Because they're literally doing it right now.
Oh, yeah. I had a quote.
That will be written into law real soon.
Yeah.
And they've started articulating how.
Somebody tell me something about that. How do you feel? What does it make you think?
Okay. I want to,
because I know where I'm at.
Okay, now that being said, thank God we live in the great United States of Texas. because if we've watched the news over the past week, Texas pretty much putting the middle finger up to the federal government. We are. I'm sorry.
We can. We have our own constitution. He can go fuck himself.
Well, every state does, but
every state has its own constitution.
Texas can actually live on their own. We can be on our own and be fine. Okay. Right, so now that being said, they're putting up the middle finger to the border wall because our Ken Paxton said, you know what, screw it, we're building it anyways. 113 more miles of border walls going up. That happened this week. They also said, you know what, all this mask mandate and the jab in the arm and this and that, blah 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 blah. We're Texas. We're gonna do what we want.
Yeah.
So hold on. So we're building a wall from El Paso to freaking Lake Charles.
Right now, Texas is planning on putting up 113 miles of wall, adjoining to what we have already. So that's what's happening right now. That's the materials that are laying on the ground in ranchers' freaking pastures right now.
Gotcha.
So that's happening. Ken Paxton, God love you. Yeah. Texas, God bless Texas. It's amazing. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. I'm sorry. And Michelle, thank you very much for loving on my beard tonight. She said my beard was point on.
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank everybody for being here because I know I get passionate about this stuff. Like this stuff, like, you know, I spent 17 years on my adult life dedicated to that Constitution, and I'm watching it being shredded before our eyes, and I struggle with that. So
daily,
yeah, he and I had a conversation. What, yesterday about how we're struggling with this stuff. Like, so please forgive me for being so passionate, but thank you guys for being here. I am. You think I was disgruntled when I came home from Fallujah. I'm more disgruntled now than I ever have been.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Exactly.
And we talk about trying to keep things lighthearted and all this other stuff. I ain't got much lightheartedness right now. I don't. And because I'm watching my country fall apart, I don't need a comedy store. I don't need a Comedy Comedy Central station. I need people to talk to me about the real truth and what's really happening in the world so I can stay warned and ready. That's what I need.
Ready.
Sorry. But that's so this whole, and I'm glad Texas is doing the whole. There are pros and cons to Texas seceding from the Union.
Yes.
That wasn't brought up.
I'm just saying. We've talked about it before.
Yeah, we have. Yes.
We could live on our own, secede, blah, blah, eat a bowl of fat ones, blah, 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 whatever. The problem is that once we become an enemy of the state, there's a much larger nation behind them than us. And we are literally a country inside of a country at that point.
Yeah.
So it has to be played very carefully. Very, very, very carefully.
I hate to see that though, because I see that as a beginning to the end.
No, I'm right there with you, Jared. I
Jared,
totally agree.
We're at the end right now. We're at the end.
I know. I just don't want to admit it.
Right. It sucks.
We've given our entire adult lives to supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States. And that it hurts to see somebody basically just lay it on the ground and piss all over it.
I can't even tell you how many people that I've lost to suicide post-combat.
Oh, Lord.
Like, I've lost more than that. And I lost a lot of people in combat. I've lost more people in suicide.
You know, I can understand. I went through this. I investigated all the suicides. I mean, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to stop. We go over there.
I'm putting it you in, so you ought to enjoy that. That ought to be fun for y'all.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Jeff Van Art, it's that time of year, brother. Always, always. Much love, health, and respect to you and your family.
Don't yell at me for being a Debbie Downer. Kiss my ass.
No, we lost a good one 3 years ago. And anyways,
I know.
Yeah,
I got that phone call.
And anyways,
it just hurts to see that the guys cannot get the help they need. I mean, how many times have we had guys show up to the VA and they're ready to eat a bullet, and they go up in there, oh, sorry, we can't get you in for 3 months, and they walk out in the parking lot and do it right there.
Well, somebody from the Austin VA. Shannon, you go to the Austin VA, right?
I have.
A couple of years ago, that guy stabbed himself right in the heart in the waiting room, saying that he couldn't get the care that he needed, and so he was just done with it right there in the waiting room in front of everybody.
We've got to start front loading it. We've got to start front loading what we're going through, and that's
right. When I was in the VA in Dallas, go ahead.
You can't put these 18, 19-year-old guys in combat and expect them to come back the same way they went there.
So I made this statement the other day. Because I don't know how many of you guys became formal instructors or whatever. But I remember being a part of the brainwashing team.
Yeah.
Like, we wrote didactic to make that what it is. And the reality is, before that gets any further, Uncle Sam is not responsible for what happens after we get out.
No.
There are literally things put in place. Now, are those things solid? They should have been, but they're not. We beat exsanguination. They're not responsible for that. The military is responsible for the protection of the Constitution. Period. That's it.
True.
They are solely responsible for combat.
I agree.
Combat and NGO missions. Period. So they create people to do that.
We're not in the draft anymore, brother. And
I'm just saying. Yes, I get it. I understand. We're not in the draft, but none of that matters. The mindset has never changed.
Oh, you're correct. Well, guys,
eat your chow, get outside, get ready to freaking PT, get your PT on, get your ass in the shower, get your uniform back on, get in formation, stand by. We're going to clean rifles.
Yeah, for hours.
And then transfer all that into a combat scenario. Same shit.
You're a machine.
Well, guys, we are at the top of the hour. It's been a hell of a show. And guys, listeners, if y'all like what we're saying, as Shannon says every week, please share. Please share the show. That's the only way the word's going to get out. I can't thank y'all enough for listening. And guys, final thoughts.
Thank you,
the Constitution of the United States of America.
Oh, they can't read it, study it, know it. Everybody
actually understand it. Yeah.
Actually understand it, because it will tell you absolutely everything that is going on right now. Absolutely everything. And like you guys said, it's not the Second Amendment they're coming after.
It's the Fourth, yes. Hey, Minnie wants to know which one of us are going to be on the bar on Wednesday. We'll talk about that after hours, and we will give him an answer. He wants somebody besides me. That's our old time slot, Shannon. If you remember, you were our first guest on Revolution Radio years and years ago, and the bar took a Revolution Radio spot. Anyways, yeah, John, we'll get back to you. Amanda, final thoughts?
PT
that was my final thought. Oh, yeah. Buy my stuff, please. And go and buy Shannon's song. Buy my stuff. Go buy Shannon's song. Buy, share, repeat. And Jared, I'll tell you what, in the Dallas VA, I was there the other day. They had something on the screen in the waiting room about Veterans Court. And I just want to toss that out there because I was pretty happy to see that.
Good.
Also, there was a big old sign that said no flirting, so that was pretty hilarious too.
Well, I mean, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with who you flirt with and how you flirt nowadays, anyway. So,
Right?
You never know what, not who, but what you're flirting.
What you're flirting with.
Jared, final thoughts, brother.
Try to take care of each other. Show some kindness. Try not to let your head explode from the drama all around us. We'll get through it. We just got to stick together.
Amen.
Shannon?
Amen.
If I could sum up what I wanted to say in a few phrases. A, if you're not doing anything in Cedar Park tomorrow, I'm playing in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for letting me know last minute, brother. I'm actually off this weekend.
You're going to drive 3 hours to watch me play an hour?
I would. You know I would.
You would. I know you would. So the Post Tavern, I'll be playing there tomorrow from 2 to 4. But if I could sum up how I feel about all this stuff that's going on right now, just it's time to stop being pacifists. We got to stop sitting back and going, oh man, let's be positive. Let's be positive. Let's think positive. That's great to get you out of bed in the morning. Mm-hmm. It doesn't change the world.
You got to change.
Sometimes change requires a little pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's how our country is formed, brother.
Amen. Amen. Well, boys, it was really great seeing you. We'll talk after this. I am thinking about the bar on Wednesday night.
Todd, you got final thoughts?
Man, all I'm going to say is our oath never ends. It never has, never will. And in some weird kind of way, I still have faith in this nation. Mm-hmm. Brothers and sisters, keep your head on a swivel and stay diligent. Until next week, we'll see you. Please.
Stop being so damn somber, everybody, including me.
Guys, we'll see y'all next week. We enjoyed having you on, and please join us next week. Same Rev time, same Rev channel.
We'll all watch paint dry.
There you go. I'll come up with some silly ass shit to say next week, and we'll be good to go. Guys, we love you. If you like our show, please share it. The word needs to get out. There are truly patriots in this country, and you're looking at 4 of them right now. Love y'all.
Like, share, follow. Like, share, follow. Yes. Like, share, follow.
Exactly. We're going to end the show as we always do. We're going to do a little Shannon book. I need to breathe. Yes. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Good night, y'all.
I can't help but think that you have nothing to fear. And everything I've done has been done in vain, because you're the one that's caused all of my pain. 'Cause I need to breathe.